Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to take a look at this beauty today. This is the Oyster Perpetual Date with the reference number 1500 from the year 1979. This would be the very first Rolex video on my channel. This watch has been on loan to me by a fellow watch enthusiast, Jay. Do give him a follow on Instagram at It's About Time 1010. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the dimensions of the watch. This watch here has a case diameter of 34 millimeters. It has a thickness of 11.8 millimeters. The lug-to-lug distance is 42 millimeters, and it has a 19 millimeters lug width. The case is made from stainless steel, and this was before Rolex introduced the 904L steel. It has brushed finishing at the top and polished sides. The bezel is highly polished. The dial is covered with a slightly domed acrylic, or what you call the plexiglass crystal, with a cyclops for the date. The magnification is really very good here. I think it's one of the best that I've seen on a watch so far. This watch has a water resistance of 100 meter. It has a twin lock screw down crown with the signed Rolex crown on the crown. Let's go into the movement here. The movement powering this piece is the caliber 1575, though it could be stamped as 1570 on the movement itself. However, from what I read, 1570 is without a date complication and 1575 has a date complication. It beats at 19,800 beats per hour. It is hand windable and hackable and has a power reserve of 48 hours. However, there is no quick set for the date. Though the movement cannot be seen, it is still very beautifully finished. The standout features of this movement is the bright pink reverser gears for the automatic winding mechanism. The unique color is a result of Teflon or PTFE coating on the gears to reduce friction. The back of the watch is a very typical plain Rolex case back. Let's take a closer look at the dial on this piece here. The dial on this piece is what a lot would call a matte dark gray dial. There are some signs of deterioration on the dial. Sometimes this is desired by watch enthusiasts and what they call a tropical dial. The deterioration will form randomly into unique patterns and turn into a piece of art canvas, and each piece will be unique. There are some modern watches that try to imitate this tropical dial here. If you look closely at the markings at the 6 o'clock position, there are two sigma symbols here. The circular round symbol there. Many would call this a sigma dial Rolex. If a watch has a sigma symbol on the dial, it means that the watch has solid gold for the markers. For this case, it's solid white gold. However, modern pieces do not follow this convention anymore. I'll leave a link below about the sigma dial thing if you're interested to know more. There are also two T flanking the Swiss word. This shows that the watch is using tritium lume paint. Tritium is a radioactive isotope of hydrogen. With tritium lume paint, the lume would die off and turns yellowish after many years, giving off a patinated look that some watch enthusiasts love. There are lume applied on the polished hour and minute hand set. Each hour markers has a small drop of lume at the outer side, except for the 12 o'clock position because it is a Rolex crown. Each marker has a highly polished finish, and if you look closely here, they have a V groove on top of them. I'm not sure if I'm able to show that due to the reflection here, but if you look very closely, there is a V groove on each and every marker. Yeah, if you look at here, the marker at the 5 o'clock, I'm not sure you're going to see that. There is a date wheel on the window, and it is not white, but it's a sort of like a silvery kind of background here. And yep, if you can see, the 6 here is an open 6, and some may like this kind of a font. The bracelet on this piece is the iconic style oyster bracelet with brush top and polished sides. It has hollow end links. You have to remember that this is a piece from the 70s and it is a norm for watches to have hollow end links back then. Machining technology weren't matured enough. All the links are solid and they are held in by screws. The bracelet tapers from 19mm down to 14 near the clasp. The clasp is 15mm wide. Since this is an old vintage piece, it only has pressed metal clasp. It does feel flimsy if I were to compare to any modern watch clasp. It feels something like on an entry-level Seiko 5. However, I have to stress that it wouldn't be a fair comparison. I just wanted to let you guys know how it feels on the hand. There are plenty of micro adjustment on the clasp, and there is an embossed Rolex logo on it. Okay, here is the wrist shot. This is just a very perfect fit for my small wrist. I just wish modern watches would still come at this size. This would make a perfect everyday watch for every occasion, from casual to formal meetings. Alright guys, time to wrap this video up. This piece here is truly an iconic piece. It is a Rolex that does not loudly scream Rolex to your face. Many would suggest this model as a perfect entry into Rolex. Something you should consider when getting your first Rolex maybe. Prices would start anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 depending on the condition. However, before plunging in, you should make sure that you do your homework. Equip yourself with knowledge about these vintage Rolexes as much as possible so that you do not get shortchanged by unscrupulous sellers, or worse, getting cheated with a fake piece. Assess the condition of the watch hands-on, check the movement. Make sure it is the correct movement and in good or serviceable condition. Only buy from trusted and reputable sellers. So with that, that's it for this video. If you're new to my channel, please help by subscribing to my channel. It does help me a lot. And you can also follow me on my Instagram at gfw_watch for more watch pictures. Till then, I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.